I gotta ask you something, bro. You have done some work with a lot of the heavy hitters, a lot of the black heavy hitters in your lane. And one particular person I want to know a little bit about. Yeah. And it's not because she cute.
Okay.
What do you think about Candace Owens?
Candace Owens, my homie. I like Candace. She I think she believes what she's saying. So off the rip, that gets respect. And I think I don't think she's a grifter. Like, this movement has grifters.
Right.
That's just the reality of it. There's a lot of people who really don't believe what they say. They just know what to say to get clicks. And she's not that type of person. I think and I'm not saying this is negative, I'm saying this is positive. I think sometimes
that's a positive.
Like, she could what I'm about to say, I think sometimes she could be sporadic. And what I mean by that, she's not always overly calculated. It's sporadic.
Oh,
like, I feel it.
Okay.
I feel it right now, so I'm gonna tweet it right now. Or I feel it right now, or I'm gonna make a video about it right now. And it's like, I like those type of people. I like those people are more trustworthy.
Yes.
Than the very, like, if you're overly calculated, it's like, how do I try? Because if you calculate it, it's gonna be hard to be consistent, because you got to make sure you're keeping up with what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I can't respect that.
Yo.
That's why I like, bro. That's one of the reasons I like Ye. One of the reasons I like Trump. And it's because if you actually pay attention to them, like the Kanye and Trump, it's very hard for them to stick to one subject for a long period of time.
It really is.
At some point, something they say is going to make them think about something else, and whatever that something else is will trump whatever they was just saying in their brain, and they have to go with that, right? And to communicate is not really the best, and you can practice and get better at it. So to communicate, like, it's not really the best, but it shows me that this person is it makes me feel like you're genuine. It's like, screw whatever I'm about to say. I'm thinking about this now. It's just human. It just feels very human to me.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So
it is. It is. It really is. And what people don't understand too, and you touched on this just now, is that when people are far too calculated, bro, it's like, why are you trying to pad the fall for me? Like, just say it how you want to say it, and how I would take it how I take it. And if there's some smoke from it, there is. But if it's not, it's not. Just say it. But people are so smart. They're so intelligent on how to move words around and play with your emotions. And they're looking at your eyes while you're talking. If you look away, then they change up what they're about to say to bring you back focus. And then I'm like, God, come on, man. You're too good at this. And reason why I know is because van.hall Sr. is great at that. I can do it very well, but I hate doing it. It does not make me feel good, man. I like to speak to people like I'm talking to you right now and be able to just say whatever I want to say. And that's one thing I told people about Trump. I was only listening to MSNBC and CNN and all of the channels that was within my algorithm, because I don't like politics. When I see politics, I run away. I go do something else, something mindless. I go do something mindless just not to look at politics. But they were only feeding me Trump is bad, Orange Man bad. He said this. He hate America. He hate black people. He hate this. And I'm like, we hate him. That's right. I'm at work debating with people. I don't know a damn thing about Trump. I'm like, but he racist though. But I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. But where I'm going with this is, Van, bring that point back, because you're getting old. You cannot leave points. You need to stay on it because you will forget them. All right. But one thing I said in my video was, after listening to Trump, I really like him. Why? Because he can talk for 3 to 4 hours in a nonstop. And someone that can do that has to be honest, because do you know how much control you have to have in order not to slip up and say something foolish? And you're talking to a great deal of people. You got cameras on, you got live audience, and you can speak and actually make sense and actually uplift people and keep them excited and keep them going for all of that time. I'm like, dude, you must be a good person. You gotta be. You gotta be.
Yep. And it's funny because I see it all the time with these, like, a lot of these influencers. They're very calculated. Like, even with Trump, right? A lot of these people in the movement behind the scenes, a lot of people criticize Trump. They be like, man, come on, Trump. What you just did was crazy. Come on, bro. But you get on that social media, that tweet, or say something completely different. and the reason why is because it's safer and more, you want the clicks up to just pretty much go all in on something. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll get that group of people that go all in on something. You know what I'm saying? So if they see you doing it, social media is a very calculated thing if you want to like not risk your success. Like you could be successful on social media without being a calculated fake human. Obviously, people like me and you are showing that. But if you want to continue that,
for including me in that, I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. But if you want to continue in that without worrying about getting banned or suspended, you know what I'm saying, and grow, like it's hard to go past a certain level, because to go past certain levels, you have to get certain cosigns. It's just how it works.
You do. You do.
Yeah, it's like music and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is the same. And that's why I like I don't know if you know who Nick Fuentes is. I mean, you should by now.
Oh my God, bro. I don't know him. I don't know him, but you're about to tell me a little bit about him. So feel free. School me on Nick, because I all I know is whenever Kanye is around saying something wild, Nick Fuentes is usually on the opposite side of the table, busting out laughing.
Yeah, I know, Nick. Listen, so Nick, my boy, I've been cool with Nick for a minute, right?
All right.
And
I thought he was racist though. How's he your boy? I thought he was racist.
Isn't that interesting? Like before Ye, like me and Nick was like cool. Like he came to my birthday cookout. We went to the Kanye show together. He came to my show in Chicago. We was hanging out. We was in Chicago, drop top, MAGA hat, riding through the hood.
Wow.
Yeah, but he racist though, right? Okay, cool, bet.
Wow.
So the interesting thing, right? He was so canceled by the conservative movement. Like I don't even compare to how canceled he was amongst conservatives, right?
Wow.
So when I watch him get the Kanye cosign, you know, it's funny. A lot of people be like, Nick inspired him to say certain things. No. A lot of things Kanye's saying, Nick wouldn't dare say. Like he wouldn't dare say some of the things Kanye West has said recently. I'm telling you that right now.
Wow.
And if people actually did their research, 4 years ago, TMZ did an article telling you that Kanye was going around their office saying these things. I'm not going to say on your platform, potentially get banned, but saying these things, he's saying that people think are so controversial. Kanye was already saying it. People just like ignored it or missed it or something, right? So that's interesting. But the whole thing is,
wow,
when I saw Nick link up with Ye, I was so excited. And the reason why is because it was hard for Nick to break a certain barrier, because not only did he not get the cosigns, but the people who you want the cosigns from were overtly out going against him and trying to make sure he didn't get certain opportunities.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you'll think he'll break through, like Marjorie Taylor Greene was at his like event that he had last year. And people was like, this is what we need, you know, Marjorie Taylor Greene to co-sign Nick Fuentes. You know, because Nick Fuentes says some things that he knows is super controversial about race and relationships. He knows he says these things. So it's hard to get them cosigns, right? Same thing with me and the LGBT. I know it's hard for me to get certain cosigns because of my biblical beliefs.
Right.
So when I saw Kanye do it, it's like he beat those odds where he got a cosign that was bigger than whatever they could have given him anyway. And I thought it was one of my poetic moments. It's like he just did a video calling out Ben Shapiro for a debate. And it's like, he's done it before, but it didn't matter because like he wasn't big enough to like really for somebody to matter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But now if he call it out, Nick can call out big because Nick Fuentes, he's at another level now, bro. So it's like you need them cosigns, man. But sometimes you'll get a cosign that you wouldn't even think is there, and you'll break through anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So me, I know God got me regardless.
You know what?